One is called There Is Nothing, one is called Transfiguration, and one is called The East Area Original Night Stalker voice recording. This one is really creepy. Hi friends, how are you guys? I'm doing good, thanks for asking. I'm sorry for just kind of not uploading for a bit. I'm doing like big projects. I'm working on big projects and doing a lot of research for future videos. I want to get a big whiteboard and I want to do a bunch of things. I hope you guys like internet mysteries because that is going to be next. So YouTube is doing this thing where if you swear within the first 30 seconds of the video, they're demonetizing you immediately. So what we're going to do is we're going to test our editor Jazz here. And we are going to swear as many times as we can into this microphone. And he's going to bleep out every single one because he is the best. YouTube, you sacks of shit. Why the would you demonetize everyone that swears or says or or why would you ever demonetize somebody for doing that, huh?
Oh, because YouTube's is a children's app, and we should keep it PG for the
kids. There's already a YouTube Kids, you morons. What the is wrong with you? You guys must be actually mentally or something like that. What the are you talking about?
The YouTube Kids.
Shut the up, you money-hungry whores.
I don't want to pay my creators because it's
you sacks of I'll be jump off of a bridge, but then I hope you land really safely because I actually care about your mental health and your physical health, and I don't want to get arrested because that's a threat of violence, and I don't want to that shit. That was way longer than 30 seconds. Because I'm working on a lot of different projects and a lot of bigger videos that will be upwards of an hour to a lot longer than that long, I didn't have time to really research anything for smaller videos. So we're just gonna continue on a series that I have already started, which would be disturbing videos on the internet. And these 3 videos that I'm going to talk about can be found on this app that you're watching me on right now. Yes, YouTube. You can find them here. They're kind of fucked up. The videos I'm going to be talking about aren't like, they're not nightmare fuel. They're not nightmare fuel, okay? They're just kind of unsettling and creepy. But one of these videos, which is going to be the last one, is actually like extremely unsettling given the context of what is actually happening. I'm going to explain most of these videos and the background and the meanings behind them, but some of these are just there to be there. You know what I mean? Like, you'll get what I'm talking about in a second when I talk about these. And I don't have an ad yet. Sponsor. I have ads. I hope. YouTube, don't take away my ads. I don't have a sponsor yet because also I am bougie. I had one, but then it was really sketchy and I just kind of no. I felt like they were gonna fuck me over. So I didn't go with it. And I can't get the link to the children's hospital anymore. I don't know why. Maybe I have to create another account with them or something like that, but they just won't give me another link. So I'm gonna plug myself in here. Patreon. I have a Patreon now. There you can see early drafts of my movie script that I'm working on and also the plans that I want to do with it, because I'm going to go through some extreme fucking lengths to write this script because I like to write it out of experience. That's also something that I want to do. And I'm also writing a horror manga. The rough drafts for those are on Patreon as well. You can just go to my Patreon, give me a few bucks a month, and you have access to all this early access content. That's the sponsor, I guess. My brain is fucking mush right now. How am I even functioning? Like I said, these videos aren't like extremely nightmare fuelish. They're not like gonna haunt you, but they're gonna make you think because they are extremely unsettling. Like they're just like, oh my God, they're disturbing to a point where you're just like, you kind of get repulsed by them because you're just like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It's one of those. It's not like, oh my God, it's just like oh my God. That's what we're looking at today. And I'm putting the videos in order of like least creepy to the most creepy. This is just my opinion. You could think that number 2 is number 1 and number 3 is number 1, but we're just gonna go ahead and start in on the video with the first one being called Transfiguration. So Transfiguration is, I guess, an art project by a man named Olivier de Sagazan. It's something. It's definitely something. So the video opens up with, I should really say that there's 2 versions of this video. There's one where he did and it looks like he's alone in his room. There's also another one where he does in front of an audience where he does basically the same thing. I'm gonna talk about the older one where he does alone in his room because it's grainy, it's raw. He's like not doing it for everybody. He's just doing it in his room, and I feel like there's a lot more emotion there, and he's not trying to like overdo some things. It's just like the art project in its most purest and rawest form, and I feel like that's way more creepy. But there are 2 different versions of Transfiguration floating around that I could find. There might be newer ones that I just didn't take the time to look for, but there's 2 that I know of. There's one made 14 years ago and there's one made 12 years ago. So we're gonna talk about the older one where he's alone in his room. So it starts out with him kind of sitting down in a chair surrounded by like a frame of runes. I don't know. And then he takes off his suit or whatever, and then he just starts coating himself in clay, or like I think it's clay. It looks like fucking clay. And then he gets to his face, and he covers all of his face except for his hair. So he's sitting there, and he looks like the guy from Home Alone, the Wet Bandits. There's Joe Pesci, and then there's him. He's the taller one. He literally looks like that, or he looks like, I want to say he looks like a fucking zombie from Scooby-Doo. I don't know. He has his whole body coated in this clay except for his hair. His hair is brown, or like an auburn. I don't know. I'm not a fucking weirdo. And then he takes the clay, and then he just starts fucking going in, and he's like just goes in. And then there's parts in the performance where he takes a paintbrush with like black paint, and then he just starts marking himself, like his eyes, and then he takes it and goes down like this. He like keeps coating it on himself, and he starts transforming the way that his face looks, and it's fucking terrifying. Like there's a point where he starts putting in like straw or like yarn, or no, it's not yarn. It's like it's hair, but it's not. It's fucking crazy. And then there's a point where he like puts it all around his mouth and makes a cone, and then he like cuts it open like a beak, and throughout the whole thing he's making these noises. I don't know what they could be. It's lost to me and time itself. It's probably lost to him. He doesn't even know what the fuck he's saying, and he's just going. It gets to a point where he doesn't even look fucking human anymore, and if he does look human, he looks like an uncontacted tribesman from the middle of like Papua New Guinea. It's so weird to see because you can clearly tell, like from the bottom, from his like head down, he hasn't touched it. It's the same, but his head up is just fucked up. I don't know, dude. And then at the very end, he just does this, and then he just shakes it all off like a fucking Rottweiler. It's nuts. And then he has like nothing on his head, and then he just kind of scrubs it out of his hair, and then he just sits there, and that's the end. That's the end. What the fuck? I also forgot to mention, there is a point where he covered his face so thickly with clay that he couldn't fucking breathe. And you could tell that he was panicking because he was like, he can't see because his eyes are covered. So he's like scrambling around for a brush, and he just stabs it in his face, and he just rips it open. He goes, weird. Weird. I enjoy art. My wife is an artist, okay? She loves art, she loves painting, she loves drawing. She hasn't sculpted, at least. I don't know if she's sculpted, but my wife's an artist. We go to art museums, all that kind of stuff. I love art. This was another fucking level. I watched this when I was a kid for the first time at night at like 3 a.m. and this scared the fuck out of me. It's very, like I said, this isn't like nightmare fuel, but it will fucking unsettle you, especially if you're not into, I'm guessing this is performance art. I'm not trying to dick on Olivier de Sagazan. This isn't my cup of tea, dog. So I'm gonna move on to the next video. So the next video, this video was the first one to actually give me nightmares. This video, I remember vividly when I was asleep that I like was sitting here at the table and this bitch was there, and it scared the fuck out of me when I was like, what, 12? Like, this shit is scary. This video is called Dining Room, or There Is Nothing. Now, people know this video as Dining Room, or people know it as, but the whole name of the video is Dining Room, or This Is Nothing, or There Is Nothing. I guess you're both half right, but you're not full right, so you're wrong. You're dumb. Anyway, this video was posted 16 years ago. It is 1 minute and 7 seconds long. And if you guys have not seen this video, I will be thoroughly surprised, because this is an actual fucking classic when talking about unsettling, scary, creepy videos on YouTube. This video always makes like the top 3 in every list you will ever find, like on Watch Mojo or Sportskeeda or anything like that. When they have a list of like top 10 scariest videos on the internet, this will always be in the top 3, always. It's a good reason that this is there, because this fucking shit sucks. So the video opens up with a pale girl sitting at a dining room table with fire going on behind her and a spoon in her right hand, and she's sitting there like this with her eyes closed, and it's panning out, and there is some sort of a background synth. It sounds like a synth or a violin or something like that, and it zooms out and her eyes shoot open, and she says, those words right there don't make any sense to you right now. And it continues zooming out. And it's very unsettling because she is staring into the camera and she's very clearly wearing contact lenses. She is extremely pale. She's wearing a white gown. She has brown hair. It is literal fucking... I know this, I said this is a nightmare fuel, but this shit is nightmare fuel. I lied to you. I lied to you right to your face. Get fucked. And it pans out. Her head slaps the bowl. Like it gets buried in the bowl. Like she was 14 hours deep into a freaking Minecraft session and she was just exhausted and her head just right into the bowl. She stays there for, I think it's like 20 seconds, and the fire behind her is still burning. It's still going, and her head's just sitting there in the bowl. Her hand still has the spoon, and then it pans out and it comes to a rest for about 5 seconds, and then it zooms back in, and her head, she starts shaking a little bit and her head comes back up because the video is being played in reverse. So when it pans out and it comes to a dead pan and it comes back in, that's the video going in reverse from what was originally filmed. So they filmed this video from that first shot that you saw where she mumbled some random garbage and she it zooms out and it stops. That's the video. That was it. And then what they did was they took that footage and they just reversed it and they put it and they stuck it on the ass end of this video and they zoomed it in. Then they combined it and they made Dining Room or This Is Nothing. It is in reverse. So everything that you just saw will happen again in reverse. Like her head comes out of the bowl. She's sitting there with a spoon in her right hand and she's staring at you in your eyes. She says the same words, but this time you can make out what she's saying because it's in reverse. And she says, there is nothing. And then her eyes shut and the video ends. Bro, when I saw this shit when I was a kid, dude, I wanted to fucking cry. This was the most terrifying thing I've ever seen. Then again, when I was a kid, I was scared to death of it, like Pennywise the Clown. Like that motherfucker scared that shit out of me. So this video was created by a director named David Earl, and it's a very simple explanation of what this video is. And I think it's kind of genius in a way, looking from an artistic standpoint and the various things that are going on in this video, because the meaning of this video is that's what David Earl believes happens to us after we die. There is nothing. That's the whole point of this video. But the artistic expression in this video is crazy because you have a fire burning behind her. This girl literally looks like a demon or a ghost or something like that, and it's very scary and unsettling in nature. So it's very clearly depicting a demonic, a hellish type of thing. But the actual meaning of this short film is that this is what he believes happens after we die. There is nothing. There's nothing after we die. But everything in the video depicts hell. I am thinking way too much into this, but it makes sense in a way. You know, crazy. I love it. This is one of my favorites. Anyway, we're moving on to the next video, and this one is without a doubt the scariest, most unsettling video I have found on YouTube to date. So the context of this is, I'm going to read the description of this video. The original Night Stalker is the moniker. Why the fuck did I say moniker? The original Night Stalker is the moniker, goddamn, for an unidentified serial killer and who at least 10 people in Southern California from 1979 through 1986 and sexually assaulted at least 50 women in Northern California from 1976 to 1979. However, the connection to the Northern California assaults was not made until 2001, until which time the perpetrator was dubbed the East Area Rapist. The original Night Stalker and East Area Rapist may be considered one of the worst and most prolific unapprehended serial offenders in history. So far in the investigation, every named or investigated suspect has been cleared through DNA, alibi, or other investigative means and methods. Jesus. For more information on this case, there's a link here. 404 not found? God damn, fuck you. I'll find it myself. So with that context, the video's name is the East Area Original Night Stalker Voice Recording. My God, it's fucking terrifying. I like to come at things with humor and stuff like that, or like kind of brush things off like, haha, like, yeah, this happened, but you need to learn about it, so here's some comedic relief. This is one of those things that I just will not, because it is so fucking, it's so fucked. Because this dude, the East Area racist, he called one of the survivors that he like, that survived him her and attempting to murder her, he called her and then left a voicemail. And what this video is the original audio file of that voicemail. And all it is him whispering into the phone, "I'll kill you." And for 34 seconds, you hear him breathing, just like, it sounds like this. I mean, Jazz will probably play up clips of the audio for you, but here's what it is. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. For 34 seconds. It's even more fucking disturbing and creepy and downright fucking unsettling because he has never been caught. This dude is still out there. It's just different whenever like you hear things like this, and the dude who is speaking legitimately has killed people before, has sexually assaulted people before, and without a doubt will do it again. And he is leaving a voicemail on somebody that he assaulted and saying, "I'll kill you." It's just different, man, because he fucking means it. Like, that's fucking terrifying. Damn, bro. Oh wow, holy fuck, that it just sends, every time I think about it, it's just, it's so fucked. Oh god. I think the reason why it's so like disturbing to me is because it's not gore. It's not like reminder of your own mortality and you can fucking die. This is literally a voice of a man calling a woman and saying, "I'm going to kill you," and you know with 100% certainty that he means it, and this is fucking real. Like, this is happening, and it just makes it 10 times more terrifying to me that this is real. This guy is actually still out there, and he could very well go back at any time and kill this woman. Terrifying to me. Fucking scary. But anyways, there you have it. 3 more of the most disturbing videos on the internet, aka on YouTube, that I found. I honestly, I threw this video together in like 2 hours. I just like kind of scoured the internet for different things, and I was like, oh, okay, I can do that. I'm sorry that this was such a low effort video, but I'm working on just bigger projects right now that I can't wait to post. I really can't. I just need to get a fucking whiteboard so I can put all the information down, and it's gonna be so sick. It's gonna be such a sick video. I have 2. I hope you guys like internet mysteries, and I hope you guys like true crime and government fuck-ups and discussing things that the government has done. I hope you guys like those, because those are the next 2 videos. Or not next 2, but those 2 are huge videos coming up. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jazz, for editing this video. Everybody thank Jazz for his wonderful partnership with me. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I appreciate all the support I'm getting here. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, anywhere that I am. You guys are just finding me and supporting me, and it's kind of creepy, but not creepy at the same time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, for the 3rd time.